So I'm using a TI-84 graphing calculator to graph that function from my open math, and this is this is an older model 84, so you might have one that's in math print mode. Um, and it'll actually look like the exponents will actually look like an exponent, not caret. If you prefer that method or that mode, you can change that. If you press the mode button and you scroll down, you'll have a choice to change it to math print or math classic. It's not on this calculator. I'll try to get this tweaked so I can show that. It'll be useful anyways. So I'm going to go back to y equals, and I've got that function typed in, and then the calculator has a bunch of built-in different zooms. Zoom 6 will snap it to +6. Actually, I'm sorry. It'll go from -10 to +10 on the x, and -10 to +10 on the y, and that's usually a good place to start. I'm going to graph that, and I'm seeing the graph. Let's see, function move up and then back down. And because this is a cubic function, I know it should be turning around and coming back up. So I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing all of, let's see if I can get a pointer here. I'm sure I can. A spotlight, there we go. So see the way the graph goes, it started like that, went up, we don't see it turn, then it's coming back down, and we don't see it turn again, and we're not seeing it move back up like that. So that's what we got to try to explore here. Let's see, can I, let's see, clear all drawing. There we go. New software that I'm learning how to use. So, what we can do? Well, I'm thinking I'm not seeing the Y's. So what I'm going to do is press my window. I got to get back to a mouse. Nope, it's still on mouse mode, drawing mode. There we go. So I'm going to do window. And I think my X's are okay. You know how I couldn't see the X turn around come back up? I might change this to something like X max equals 30. Then I'm going to use my Y's, and since I couldn't see the turning points, why don't we change this to, I mean, you could do 50. Why don't we try 100? Negative 100, positive 100. And if it's too much, we can always change it back. So it's important to have your min smaller than your max, or it'll give you an error. And remember to use the negative button. Whoops, I'm going to have to change that, what I just pressed. Okay, and now I'm just going to hit graph. And what am I seeing? Oh, I'm seeing one turning point. Okay, so maybe I'll go back and change my window. Let's change that Y min because it wasn't going down low enough. Let's change that to negative 120. And I'm going to hit graph again. And I'm seeing the turning points. And the calculator has all kinds of built-in tools. I mean, if you do second calc over the trace button, you see how it has maximum, minimum, and you certainly can use those. In fact, why don't we, since this is trying to keep my math lab, my open math happy. So I'm looking for a maximum. That first turning point was a maximum. So I'm going to do maximum. Then it's looking for the left bound. So that's the maximum I'm looking for, and I see zeros here. So I'm just going to hit my left right arrow. See, it'll move around, and sometimes that's a pain. I'm just going to type 0, and that sets my left bound. So you see how it's to the left of that maximum, and to the right, I'm guessing, I don't know, what is that? 10. I maybe should just use my right arrow. Let's use that. And as long as you made the corner, you're all set. Then it's asking you to guess. You can move it if you want. You can also just hit enter. So that maximum's happening at +2. Notice the calculator's not being too smart here. It has that extra 4. I suspect it is actually just 2. And the minimums or maximums at 91. And then if we wanted to find the minimum, I might have to tweak. I don't remember. Let's just going to hit graph. I guess I can see the turning point. So I'm going to do second calc minimum, choice 3. And actually, this is to the left of it, isn't it? Well, maybe I better be careful, move it down. So that's to the left of the minimum. I'm going to press enter. Then we move to the right of the minimum and enter. And hopefully, and now notice this is got some weird thing going on. I think we should be using +8, and the minimum is at -125. So that's how you can adjust your calculator window to see that, and just got to start exploring it and think about what you know about functions, how odd-powered functions act like x cubed, and even-powered functions act like x squared. Okay, or it might be reflected. So keep that in mind. Now there's another tool that I'm going to show you here. Let's see. I don't know if you've ever used Desmos.com, and here it is. It's a great little site here. Actually, let me. Be nice to go back to what it was originally. But so I'm going to just zoom it back in. So I typed in my equation in. Let me see if I can't get that pointer again. So I typed in my equation, and then as you type it in, it automatically, see if I were to type in here, I'm going to turn this function off so you can see it. So I typed in 2x, and I hit caret 3 to get a exponentiation, and then minus 30x squared, and I hit your right arrow to make sure you're out of the exponent, plus 96x plus 3, and hopefully I entered that right from what the math had. So then you can see, you can do a couple things. Go to projector mode. I usually do that when I'm showing people how to do things, and I don't see the whole graph. So if you can zoom out. You can use the buttons here, zoom out until you can see it, and then with the beautiful thing about Desmos, it automatically jumps to the min maxes. You can click on them, shows you the zeros. So it's a nice little tool. If you haven't started using it, I recommend it. And notice we get the same answers as our calculator got. The reason the calculator had those weird decimals going on is the process it's using to find them. And you'll learn about those in calculus if you take a calc class. Okay, so I hope this helps you figure out how to find your mins and maxes and zeros and other things we'll do. Give me yell if it doesn't.